All right, you ready?
I'm ready, I guess.
Good, because we're already rolling.
This is our first video, you guys. We went to a local shelter and we did a doggy day out.
Yep, and then we got to see some kitty cats, and we're gonna show you a preview of the dog we're gonna take out next week.
And for our little guy, Bernie, we took him on a local hike, had a great time. And we're also gonna share some turkeys with you. We always have big groups of turkeys around, and you'll enjoy seeing those hanging out in the front yard there.
And to end, I'll give you my thoughts on our first week, and that's it. Good?
I think
We're rolling.
so. Hey everyone, we're headed to the shelter for our first doggy day out. So this is exciting for us. We're excited to meet the dog that we're going to be taking out for the day, and you guys are coming along with us.
First one.
Stay tuned.
All right, so this is Earl, and he's coming with us. He's a very good boy. Yeah, he's gonna come with us. We're gonna take him for a walk on Doggy Day Out today. I can't show you this outside because it's windy and it's loud, and we'll tell you a little bit more about him later. We don't know too much about him, but we do have some details, and we'll tell you about him a little bit. You ready to go for a walk, little guy? Yeah?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Ready.
All right, so we just got done with our walk here. We just stayed local. We did the Women's Trail here in the National Forest. It's a really nice place. It's like a bunch of different trails you can take, and we did a loop for about an hour and a half with him. And we'll give you our little assessment of him. First, we'll pop up a little bio of him, and Laura will tell you a little bit about him.
Yeah, so he's a young pup still. He's just over a year old, a year and 2 months old. He's a terrier pit bull mix. He has a beautiful, nice tan coat, very soft. He's a very sweet dog, a very loving dog.
Yeah, and he, as far as walking on the leash goes, he's pretty good. I'd say he's better than our dog. Mm-hmm. If you leave the leash long, then he tends to pull a little bit, but as soon as you correct him, like hey, or you give a little tug on the leash, he's very aware and he stops until his nose gets him again. And
yeah,
if you keep the leash a little shorter, then he tends to not pull as much.
Yeah, so he's like a typical dog. He's all about what he smells, and so he does get distracted by smells. But as soon as you tug on the leash a little or give him a command, he's very responsive to that.
Yeah, and he loves to be pet, loves to be played with, and he does jump up in the air every once in a while, like to show you, like maybe he wants to lick your face, so we tell him no and correct him. So he does have that little habit. And they had said they're not sure how he is with other dogs. He doesn't seem to be so great greeting and being with other dogs, but he's definitely not a bad case. But we only ran into one person on the trail. They had a black lab that was loose, a girl, and he just watched her, and then he let her come close, and he was just watching. And then when she came close, he started barking and just being a little aggressive for sure. So we didn't, let them interact because of that reason. We got to be careful, obviously, because we know nothing about him. But definitely seems to not be super pleased with other dogs.
Yeah, and I know at some point he's had good interactions with other dogs, because in his bio it does mention that he does like to play with other dogs. So my guess is that once he gets used to the other dog, then he likely would play. And it seems like he plays with his other shelter mates that he has right now.
And he's been in there for a month. And a month ago, they picked him up off the streets, and he did have another dog with him that looks very similar to him. So they do think they're possibly brothers, but they're not sure. But he was around another dog at that point.
Whenever you pop up the bio, you will have seen some narrative about him, a little bit about his personality, and the good things are that he is just so energetic, and he's just ready for a home. He would do wonderful in a home that someone that was active, someone that would take him for walks every day.
And it's not too bad of energy. Like we see plenty of dogs that are like zoomies all over the place. He wasn't like that at all. No. He was definitely very calm, chill. He does want to walk and want to play. And obviously you can't blame him. He's locked up in a cage, the poor little guy.
We only walked for maybe an hour and a half, and he could have probably done double that easily. He's got plenty of energy.
And he's right back here. He's just chilling.
He's chilling out back there.
We just got back in the truck, and we had to do this in the truck because the wind, it's loud. It's a beautiful day. It's warm enough, and it's very sunny, but very, very windy today. And he didn't seem to be bothered with the wind. He walked through a bunch of snow and he seemed to be fine with that. So we're going to bring him back now, and if they have time, and we do have time, we just hope they do, that they'll let us play with a couple kitty cats and maybe another dog or two that we can take out into the room or outside. A little windy, so we'll have to see. But a good first experience so far.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I wish we had a bigger audience, so maybe this little guy could get adopted by one of you. But I know there's probably only two or three of you watching at this point. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Angie. Just so you know, he's in Woodland Park, Colorado. Just so you know, if anyone's watching and they just happen to fall in love with this guy, Woodland Park is where you're going to find him.
And we'll tell you a little bit about TCRAS, the place that we got him from.
Shelter here that we're working with, TCRAS, which is located in Divide, which is the neighboring town to Woodland Park where we are. And this is a small, what they consider a small rural shelter with limited intake. And so that just means that they only have a certain amount of space for the cats and the dogs. We're going to put up some stats about the shelter so that you can kind of get some more information about the shelter that we'll be working with.
So here we are in TCRAS inside the room with the kitty cats, and they are absolutely wonderful. They've got like 8 to 10 of them in here, and we could take them out of the cages one by one and give you a glimpse of them. But for the first time, I wanted to see just how they would film inside the cage, if we'd be able to capture their personality. And in the future, I'll tell you all their names and their info on them. But yeah, they were very sweet and playing, and there was just one black cat in there. That poor little thing didn't seem to want to be on camera, so I didn't bother putting them on camera. It's a really beautiful, clean room, and they all seem pretty pleased and okay to be there. And I'm sure all these little fellers will get adopted because they just really are sweet. No meanies. So here is a little glimpse of River, this beautiful girl. We should be taking her out next week, and we just wanted to give you a little preview. She's wide open, this little one, and sweet as can be.
We are back at the reservoir here in Pikes Peak National Forest off the Rampart Range, and there's snow here this time, and it's beautiful. What a beautiful day. Quiet over here. You having fun, Bernie? You having fun, little guy? Yeah. I love the snow. I love it. Snow is my favorite. Yeah. Who's a happy boy? Who's a happy boy? Who's a happy boy? Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed our first video, and keep in mind that we're going to try to get better and more content for you as time grows. So it's just trial and error for now. We had a really good experience at our first shelter. We met about 4 of the workers there, and it was very obvious that they cared about what they do with these animals, and they're very receptive to having us and very helpful, and couldn't have asked for a better experience for now. So as you saw, they chose to give us Earl for the afternoon, and he was great. It was a wonderful experience, and I really didn't know what to expect from him, what is going on in his little mind. But I truly feel that he knew we were there not to adopt him, but just to show him a good time out in nature, and I think he really enjoyed our company as we did his. We gave him lots of love and affection and scratches, and he was very happy. And even when we brought him back, he was happy. He went right back to his people there and right back in the shelter. And it really made me think that, dogs really do truly live for the moment. And I try to think that for myself often, to try to just live for the moment. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do, to learn a lot from these animals. And as you just saw, we're going to take out River next week, that black lab. She's got a lot of energy, and it's not anybody that can just take her out, they were saying. So they were happy to let us take her out and show her a good time. So we'll see next week how that goes. For the next month or so, we're going to stick around at this shelter and keep getting our feet wet and gain some experience there. And then we're going to venture out to some further ones in the other cities. We've met several people on our hikes and at the little local park that we hit, and it just hasn't been right to film just yet. And some of them don't want to be on camera, so we got to figure out how we're going to capture that moment or those moments. But their stories are pretty great, and oddly enough, I'll tell you that I think we've met like 15 people, and 13 of them, their dogs were rescued from Texas. So Texas has a pretty bad problem, apparently. I'm glad that people are rescuing from out of state here. We're also going to try to make an effort to venture out to some further dog parks. We haven't shown you our local one yet. Every time we've gone there, there's not really anybody there. It's really not a good one, but we definitely want to capture that. I think that'd be some really good content for you guys. The stories we're going to get from these people, and to be able to see all the dogs playing, because they're always at their best having a good time out there. Well, that's all for this week. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you along with our journey next week. Thank you.